Hello there and welcome to this particular video. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to teach you how to create quick anime shorts inspired by a anime channel or anime fan channel of the anime One Piece called Sarotsi. Now, this channel has reached 2,329,000 or 329 million views and some change. And of course, they did this in a relatively short amount of time. For those that want to know how much 2 billion, close to 2 billion and a half at this point, how much that might be worth in terms of profit, well, that could easily amount to like 200 plus thousand dollars. And quite frankly, even more than that, because when you reach those numbers, then you probably can get paid a lot more. Now, this channel is by a fan or a One Piece fan. And basically, what he does is he clips One Piece clips. And generally speaking, he releases a bunch of videos every day. And he seems to be really killing it with the algorithm because every video he publishes gets tremendous views. For example, the ones that you see here, these have been released, pretty much probably today. Like all these four videos have probably been released today. I think he releases like four or three videos every day. And he does this using a simple trick. Okay. Now, doesn't really need to create anything yourself. You can just clip favorite or fan favorite One Piece scenes, but you also have to have love for One Piece. But before we dive into this, I'm going to show you how you can create the frame because the frame is really the most important thing. Okay. Forget about the video itself because you can just get the video of the anime from One Piece or from, YouTube. But the frame that he uses is what actually is very, very interesting. Now, some of his most popular videos are really, getting tremendous, tremendous views, like 23 million views on this video, which is crazy. Now, he doesn't do long form videos, mostly only short form videos. And so, without further ado, let's jump straight to it and how he manages to do this. So, first and foremost, the tool you need to create a 9 by 16 inches project. So, 9 by 16, and then click on create a new design. All right, so having done that, next step would be to create a frame that looks pretty much like this frame here. Now, in order to do this, well, there's multiple ways of going about it. I'd like to go to Google, search for Sarotsi. If I search Sarotsi, then I'd be able to find a bunch of images like this. And then I could take a image like so, and I'll go to Google Gemini and I'll click on create an image. I'll go for the pro version and I'll just paste in this frame and I'll say generate a frame, a 9 by 16 inches frame inspired by this one attached. And know that I will use it to put some One Piece anime scenes inside of it. So make it cool. As far as the name is concerned, it's whatever name you want to choose. So in my case, let's choose Animox. All right, Animox, for example. Animox is my channel name, and you can generate a logo of your choosing. Okay, so if I hit the submit button, it should proceed. Now I'm using Google Gemini. You can use ChatGPT. You can, quite frankly, even use Grok, but I kind of prefer Google Gemini because I think it's just better. All right, so as you can see, it seems like Gemini has edited this picture, but it didn't change Luffy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say change that that background image into a cooler Luffy in gear 5 image. And then I could also ask it to generate like other variations because what Sarotsi likes to do is from time to time he likes to change his frames. So like every couple of months. I think probably he changes his frames. Though in the last, I think the last period, he's only been using like this one, but for a bunch of other videos, he definitely used like different frames. I think I'm just gonna have to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until I can find one where he used a different frame. But in this particular case, I'm only going to show you how you can create one frame, and it's up to you to really go ahead and do the rest. So here, there is our frame. It's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go head straight back to Canva. Now, having done that, I'm going to basically just increase the size of this frame. And because this is a frame, I want to ensure it's in the best quality possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the image. Here in Canva, I have the magic upscaler. Now, or image upscaler, this allows me to upscale my image quality to a much better quality, which is something I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go and 8x this particular image by upscaling it, okay? Now, I don't need to change the logo. I don't need to change anything because it did generate a logo for me. If you want that logo, you can say, now give me the logo in a PNG file, okay? And I'm just going to let it start working on the logo because this one is small. I could extract it using the magic grab, but I'm not going to do that because it's extremely small and pixelated. So I'm going to have it to just generate the logo for me. Now, usually what Sarotsi likes to do is just likes to put like here a view counter or some views right there. To be honest, I'm just going to leave it at 1 million. I don't need to add any counter or anything. What I want you to focus on is this part right here. Now, this tutorial, I'm not going to take so long because it's a very simple process. So here, as you can see, the frame is generated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I expand. And right here, there's that Google Gemini logo. I'm going to have to make sure to remove it. And that Luffy here in this background, I'm going to make sure I remove him as well. Okay. Though I kind of like the idea. All right. I think it's pretty cool. But I'm going to have to remove like Luffy from here. There's only one Luffy that should stay, which is right there. So I'm going to click here. I have the option to use like the magic grab, which is going to allow me to grab character or grab certain things. Hopefully I can grab it simply by clicking. It seems like that's not the case, or it's like probably a glitch or something. So you can see I can grab this, but I'm going to have to use the brush, and I'm going to select Luffy here because I want to grab Luffy. So I want to make sure I do this particular selection right here. As you can see, it's kind of slowly selecting. Let me just go and increase the brush size there. All right. I'm just going to make a rough selection. The idea is to just select Luffy from here. Actually, I'm not sure if this is a good selection, but, I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to click grab. All right, so now the only thing that's really left is to kind of like place a green shape here. And inside of that green shape, I'm going to basically start putting the video. But now I can get rid of this. Now, actually, if I go back, I made a slight mistake here. So I can actually, instead of the magic grab, I can probably just use the magic eraser and just probably just erase just a bit. I don't need to erase everything. So I'm just going to erase just around the corners just to refine this. And then I'm going to add a shape. As far as the text, you need to change your text every time. So for example, here for this video, it's Robin can't wait to finally see Saul. Here, finally Nami and Robin, okay, whatever. Here, wow, what a nice final episode. So it's basically just text. So in order to make this text custom, I'm going to click edit and I have the grab text option. This allows me to grab a text out of the design from Canva. And I'm going to grab this text that says animal scene hint. What is going on here with Canva? I don't understand. Come on. Listen, come on. Right. So the moment I could grab the text, it went and started bugging. Okay, so let me do it again. Here, again, magic or grab text. It will basically read all the text that's on the design, and it should allow me to grab it. All right, so I'm going to grab this one. I don't need to grab the view counter, though you can if you want to, but I shall not be doing that. And besides, you can put like 10 billion views here if you want to do that. You just have to ask Gemini. Now here, let's say, for example, that I want to make a video about, I don't know, maybe like Emeth saves like Joy Boy or saves Joy or saves Nika, whatever title you want to give it. So you can put that title there. I'm just gonna drag it a little bit down here. I want to go back to check if my logo is extracted. As you can see, this is the logo. So you can take this logo and use it as a logo for your channel. As far as the banner is concerned, you can design a banner or not even have a banner. Quite frankly, it's not that important. And then here to finish off our template, I'm going to go and look for a shape. And that particular shape will be a rectangle. Now here, it seems like this is a rectangle, but with soft edges. I'm going to remove any corner rounding, and then I'm going to put this shape right over here. And I'm just going to scale it like so. And then I'm just going to scale it from the other side. And I would like to make this shape into a green color, just like a green screen. And now I'm going to select actually this and this. I'm not going to select the text. I'm going to select by going to position, layers. I'm going to select this and the template. And I should like to actually right click and group them together so that they become one unit. Now it seems like they weren't grouped that time. Yeah, they were grouped, but okay, well, all right. So here's the thing. I'm going to select them both again. I'm going to have to do one thing, which is to lock the position of this so that I no longer can move the shape and I no longer can move that, but I can control the text area and I can change the title however I see fit. As far as the videos are concerned, here, for example, if you go to YouTube, you can find yourself like a video with music already, like Emmet saves Luffy or saves Joy Boy, or whatever. And then you could like find like a picture of him or like a video of him saving Joy Boy. Now, I wouldn't recommend you taking content from other short creators because usually they have their own, pretty much they have their own, what's it called? It's basically that all right, watermark that they have. So what you can do is you can like click on the main. So here we have the video, and what you can do is you can copy that video, and then if you want, you can even like paste it directly into Canva. But I have another way which is better. You go to Google and you search YouTube video downloader. And then here, I'm going to search like YouTube video downloader. There's a website I download videos from. It's called the Social Plug. And it allows me to kind of download YouTube videos for free. I'm going to download this at a high quality. But still, there is one thing you need to do in CapCut, which is to kind of add the music to the video. Because for the most part, Canva is not going to allow you to add music that is copyrighted. But you can add the music in CapCut. They don't have an issue with that. Now, this is part of one of the Canva's recent updates. So you can no longer add funk music and music that is copyrighted or considered copyrighted by Canva. So we just gotta have to live with that. All right, now here, as you can see, it's downloading my video. Now, what I'm going to do here for this particular video is because this is a short, generally speaking, shorts should stay less than 60 seconds. But really, shorts like these for anime, I wouldn't really make them more than 30 seconds, to be honest, because there's a very, very low attention span that anime fans have, right? Anime fans, they just want to watch this for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds at the most. That is if they watch it, okay? And yeah, and you can see other creators as well, not just Sarotsi, but other creators as well, like this guy here. Let me just pause. Like this guy called Speedy. He's also doing like the same concepts. Doesn't have that many subscribers, but his popular video was like 4.3 million views. I think if he tried harder, he could have probably like had more views. But I think maybe it's something about the frame itself. It's not a really impressive frame. You could change that. The frame is not consistent as well. It's not very cool. All right. And I think probably he's not doing SEO correctly, but there are other creators apart from Sarotsi that are doing extremely, extremely well in this particular category, and they have like a lot of subscribers. Okay, so by the way, here, all right, this one not so bad, but now that I downloaded that scene, I'm gonna go to Canva and I'm gonna drag the video here. Now you can see the video has been dragged. So first of all, I'd like to place it right here in the middle. And I'd like to place it so that I hide that green rectangle. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. So as you can see, I'm kind of hiding the green rectangle. And I also want to make it a little higher here. And I want to make sure I add like a stroke in the background. And this stroke should be like about like white, for example, in terms of color, just to separate the video from the frame. and I think that this is okay. All right. Now, next is I will make sure that I click and I'll edit. I'll only cut the part that I think is necessary, and the part that I think is necessary is the part where he releases the Conqueror's hockey. That's it. So this is the part. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna pause it right like maybe about this, but that's like about 1 minute. So I want to pause it right before that. Okay. Like right about here, for example. And then I'm going to click on done. Okay. Now, if I zoom out right now, our video is done. I can also double click here and make it just a little bit bigger because there's that tag right there, which I wanted to be getting rid of. And I'm going to make sure I move this right in the middle. And now we have a video. So you can download this video like this. The only issue with it is that it doesn't have background music. Now, in order to solve this, you can just add like a background music inside of CapCut. But first, you're going to have to download this video right here. So, for example, supposing I want to name this like Emeth saves Luffy, I could go to the share, download, and I'm going to download this at a high quality of HD. Now, once you've downloaded this, you can close every other tab that will make your computer slow. And you could go ahead and just add the music, which is going to be like the missing part to this. As far as the music is concerned, mostly people are using funk music. Now, I will not be able to play funk music here on this particular video because it's simply not going to be possible for me to do some copyright. All right. So what I'm going to do right here, if you search like a trending Brazilian funk 2026, you can find like the top trending Brazilian funk music, and you can quite frankly sometimes even just find it just by looking. For example, the No Batidão is no Batidão, yes, No Batidão is very trending Brazilian funk, and it could be used. Anytime there's a trending funk, you need to jump on the wave and try using it, even though it might be boring to you, but people find that funk interesting for a reason, so you should jump on the wave. Especially that whenever there's a trending music, even platforms like YouTube, they will start to favor that music or any videos that have that music in them. Okay, so I think that my video is downloaded. So first and foremost, I would like to watch the video without music. Then I could like show you how you can add. Actually, I don't really need to show you how you can add music to it because you can just do it easily with CapCut. But let me just see. Let me just see this first. All right, so this is what the video looks like. As you can see. All right, so it's perfect.
ありがとう。懐かしいリズムを聞かせてくれて。お前は死なないで。お前を死なせない。
All right, so as you can see, that's kind of good. Now, like I said, the only thing that's lacking is music. So you can open CapCut for the sake of adding music. All you're going to have to do if this video cuts before I have the chance to explain this, because CapCut can be very slow at times, and that forces me to, just finish the video before I can show you anything. But generally, what you need to do is open a CapCut project like this. Let me just wait for the CapCut interface. It could be quite painful to load. Now over here, if I go to my downloads, I should be able to find that music or that video clip. And then this is the video. So I'm gonna click, and then I'm just gonna apply the video to the cover. And as far as the music is concerned, you can just go and to click on import, and then you can import your music. So for example, here I have a lot of music. Let me try like the Amor no Praia. I have a lot. I'm not really sure which one to use. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with like just an example. But this is gonna, like, if I play the video, if I play the music, it's gonna cause copyright issues. So here I'm gonna move to the end. I'm gonna delete that last bit of the music. I'm gonna fade it out, And you want to make sure that your music is underneath like 14 decibels, or minus 14 decibels. Now let me try to just play just a little bit, even though you know that basically this is copyrighted, but let me just play just a little. All right, so I think I can pause this right now. You've got the point, you've got the concept. Now, next, you just have to export your project with whichever title you see fit. Now, as far as titles, there's plenty of titles to go around on YouTube that you can take as inspiration for your video. But the bottom line is you've been asking for this for the longest time, and now is the time for you to see this on a tutorial in this course. So if you want to know how these videos are done, now you've learned it. This is it for this tutorial. Wishing you the best as always. Passive Income Gen Z signing out.